you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Happy Friday. And I know it's an odd time for us, but it's the only time that works for me. I have a really busy week and weekend coming up, and the updates are coming out like crazy. I had 3 things I wanted to talk about today. Updates in this case, updates with Summer Wells, and Melody Buzzard, Ashley Buzzard, that situation. And I decided to talk about this because yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out, and we just talked about it. And yeah, so if you don't know, we'll catch you up. Let me say hello to you guys in the chat. Hey, Pointer Lover. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Cinnamon. Hot, hot, hot. Hey, Melanie. Good to see you guys. Hey, Nature Rocks. Angie, good to see you. Hey, Lady Fucking T. Oh my God, congratulations, dude. That is awesome. Hey, Flower Girl. I'm so glad I checked the chat because I sometimes will start without reading the comments. I'm so glad I did, Lady Fucking T. That's awesome. Hey, Nicole B. Thank you, Melanie. Hey, Angie. I'm going to give you a call when I can. I promise. I miss you and I need to talk to you. It's just been busy. We're leaving for the beach in the morning, or well, not in the morning, and tomorrow. So I don't know how, it's just, I don't know how things are going to work, but we'll make it work. So let me pull up first an article. We have some videos to go through. Oh my God. If you don't know, Anna Kepner was the 18-year-old Florida high school, cheerleader who was found deceased under a bed on a Carnival cruise ship. Now, that was strange in itself. The fact that she was under the bed and then you hear wrapped in a blanket, that's strange enough. Then we find out that through custody paperwork, you can see that there's something going on in the house. There's a lot of stuff going on with this custody case. Number one, a lot of claims of violence and just not good stuff. And they mention Anna's murder on the cruise ship in the custody papers, and that one of the boys, one of her stepbrothers, is under investigation for that. Now, today, in a second, we're going to get into that. I want to show you, this guy, just happened to click on his video, and he was sharing an Inside Edition video. We're going to watch his video for it all because he got it all. I'm going to share the link in the chat. But he has a couple videos together, one with Anna's boyfriend speaking out about her brother, and then one's from TikTok, one's from YouTube. So I just decided, let's just go there to watch it, and you guys can maybe find a new creator. Now, I will say, I've not seen anything else of his, but, I appreciate the information. So today, a cause of death was revealed. And so we have a lot to go through. And because things are coming out nonstop, I thought after we get through some of that, if we have time, we can go over to Twitter or TikTok and see. Ooh, okay, Tess. I haven't seen that yet. Thank you. Let me know when I get done if it's something I've missed, okay, with some of this information I want to share. So this is Anna. According to, what am I doing? Anna Kepner. She was a teenager who was found dead on a Carnival Horizon cruise ship this month. Died because the cause of death is, I can't believe they're releasing this. She's from Florida, and they do have a law there where they won't release stuff like this about minors. However, this happened on international waters, and the FBI is investigating. So, hey, Bumblebee. I'm not really sure, I'm not sure. So, Anna died by asphyxiation resulting from a bar hold, an arm across the neck, a source briefed on the investigation told ABC News on Friday. Investigators also found 2 bruises on the side of her neck. The FBI has continued to decline to comment, citing the ongoing investigation. The Miami-Dade Medical Examiner's Office also declined to comment. So, asphyxiation from a bar hold, an arm across the neck with 2 bruises on the side of her neck. Now, this is interesting. There were no signs of SA and no drugs or alcohol in her system. Now, autopsy and toxicology reports could confirm those details have not been completed. So, according to the source, the preliminary info indicates no SA, no drugs or alcohol. However, we're waiting on more testing to know for certain. So the 18-year-old was reported dead while aboard the Carnival Horizon on November 8th. Now, So that gives us, well, I'll read the rest of this. It's short for people who maybe don't know, and then we'll get into this video because it's very good and really interesting. So she was found under a bed, wrapped in a blanket, and covered by a life vest, according to a security source briefed on the investigation. I didn't realize that. Oh, and we're going to learn about Anna's mom tonight, too. That's also part of what's in the news. A court filing in an unrelated family court matter noted Kepner's step-sibling could face charges. The filing said the FBI is conducting an investigation arising out of the sudden death of 18-year-old Anna Kepner. Chantel Hudson, Anna's stepmom, who was also on the cruise, requested a delay in her custody hearing because one of her minor children may face criminal charges, according to the filing. And also in this video we're going to watch, I guess it's streamed somewhere. I didn't find it, but he shows like part of the Zoom from their court. You'll see. We'll get into it in a second. I think that's the end of that one. Okay, so now we're going to come over to Tear Talk. I guess he was a prison channel, and it says From Prison to True Crime. I'm going to share his link, like I said, in the chat, and for the replay viewers, it will be linked in the description as soon as the live is over. We're going to listen to his clip of Inside Edition only because it's back to back with the TikTok that we want to see, and maybe something else at the end there. Okay, let's go.
So I'm going to play this real quick.
Funeral services today for Anna, the 18-year-old cheerleader who was found dead on a cruise ship. We know her stepbrother is under suspicion, and he was allegedly obsessed with Anna. We've got the latest, including an exclusive interview with the dead teen's mother, who reveals she has been banned from attending her daughter's funeral, but is going anyway in disguise.
In disguise, in a damn wig. Wait till y'all hear all of this. That's what I mean. There's so much coming out.
And Mercogliano reports.
There's chilling new allegations today about the death of an 18-year-old cheerleader on a cruise ship. Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother, who is now under suspicion in her death,
15,
was said to be obsessed with her.
She was scared of him because he always carried around a big knife.
Stephen Weston says his son Joshua, who was dating Anna, witnessed a disturbing incident during a FaceTime call.
Okay, so this is Anna's boyfriend, and that's who's on the TikTok interview that follows up this here. But this is his dad speaking out. Now, he says, according to his son, she was terrified of him. Let's listen.
He saw her stepbrother come in the room when she was sleeping and get on top of her.
He says that Joshua warned Anna's family what had happened.
He says, Dad, I tried to tell the parents that this was happening, and they didn't want to believe me. He's like infatuated, attracted to her like crazy. He's always wanted to date her.
Inside Edition producer.
That is scary. But also, then we hear the calls of death here. I'm putting like the information together, and I just wonder what happened. Did he try to, I don't know. What happened?
Emma Cady is in Titusville, Florida.
We know somewhat now what happened. That's why I think I titled my video, We Now Know What Happened. We know that she was murdered. She died of asphyxiation, and they believe from an arm bar, right? An arm over across the neck, and she had a couple bruises on her neck. We do know that. So I'm just curious what led up to that.
Anna's funeral is being held here today at the Grove Church. Because the investigation into her death involves her stepbrother, we're told there's a lot of tension among family members, and some even told they're not welcome here today.
Inside Edition also spoke exclusively to Anna's biological mother, Heather, who says she was told not to attend, but says she was determined to say goodbye to her daughter and will go in disguise.
Heather, what are you going to do to get in?
I'm going to.
Hold on. This to me is just, is this like some of like the ex-wife? Is this, I don't know what it is, but honestly, it's very immature and unfortunate. I don't care if her mom has been a terrible mom. I'm not saying she has, but let's say she has. Let's say she hasn't been there at all. Let's say she's been there occasionally, rarely, whatever. Still her mom. She has a right to go. That's absolutely so wrong, in my opinion. I think she definitely has a right to go. And I would think that her daughter would want that as well, right? Well, hell, we just saw a picture of them together. She looks a little bit younger, but still, she was in her life at one point, and it's her mother. I would think even Anna would want that. I'm not speaking for her or anything. That's so inappropriate, but I'm just saying, like, anybody would, right? It's your mom. It kind of reminds me of like, Xana Kernodle and her mom. She was a bit removed from her life, but she's still her mom. I mean, this is life and death. It's a forever thing. So I just can't understand what reason would be a good enough reason. Because to me, any reason it isn't good enough. So
Put a
maybe
wig
I'm
on
wrong.
and wear some really tall shoes because I'm 4'9".
Heather and Anna's father, Christopher Kepner, divorced 13 years ago when Anna was 5. Anna, affectionately known in the family as Anna Banana.
Hold on. I'm going to rewind just a second because I want you to hear that in full about her not coming. But I don't know why you would go on the news and say, I'm going to sneak in. Like, that feels like it might make the mission a little bit unsuccessful, but I don't know.
And some even told they're not welcome here today.
Inside Edition also spoke exclusively to Anna's biological mother, Heather, who says she was told not to attend, but says she was determined to say goodbye to her daughter and will go in disguise.
Heather, what are you going to do to get in?
I'm going to put a wig on and wear some really tall shoes because I'm 4'9".
Heather and
Girl, you should have kept this to yourself. Ugh. I mean, you could say I'm not allowed to come, but the stepbrother is just a child, so cut him some slack. If he happens to be the person who is charged and especially found guilty, I don't really. I mean, would it be different if he was 18 and go into prison or 19? To me, I just think that no slack should be. I don't know. That's just where I'm at. That's how I feel now. But maybe I'm wrong. These are just my opinions, and I am willing to be wrong for sure, and willing to be corrected and correct myself. So
Anna's father, Christopher Kepner, divorced 13 years ago when Anna was 5. Anna, affectionately known in the family as Anna Banana, was found dead in her stateroom aboard the cruise ship Carnival Horizon. She was sharing a room like this one with her 14-year-old brother and the 16-year-old stepbrother. There was a queen-sized bed. That's where Anna slept, and bunk beds for the 2 boys. Published reports say the 14-year-old was out exploring the huge cruise ship when Anna died. When the boy returned, he slept in his bunk, not realizing Anna's naked body had been stuffed under her bed just feet away. The sleeping arrangements came up in a divorce hearing.
So see, here and here. Now, this is where Inside Edition shows a clip of this divorce hearing. And I don't know, if you find it, please send it to me. I would love to watch it in full. I couldn't find it. Again, I had a really busy day, so I could have maybe found it if I had more time to search, and maybe I'll continue to look. But check this out.
Today between the 16-year-old suspect's parents. His mother revealed that the 16-year-old is under psychiatric care.
Can I speak to has a psychiatrist appointment on December 1st?
She sat impassively as her ex-husband's attorney spoke about the cruise.
The 16-year-old was allowed to drink. The teenagers were given their own room in which to stay.
If their allegations are true, the 16-year-old was allowed to drink. So the one that they think could have done this was allowed to drink. That's quite interesting. And he has a psychiatrist appointment on the 1st. It's November the 21st. To me, yeah, no. That's not good enough. But Anna is an only child, I believe, from the biological mother and father. I've not heard. I haven't heard that either. Wait, Connie. Now, I know she has half siblings with her dad and his new wife, I think. But I think you're right, but I don't know. In international waters, there's no drinking age. What? Okay, wow. But still, it's up to the parents. I mean, even if it's legal, like my son's 16, and if I would ever allow him to drink in a situation like that, it would be like one beer with me and I'm supervising after and hoping that he gets sick so he hates it, you know? But I don't know. Even if it's, I still have thoughts about it. But anyway, let's continue.
Feel that
And I damn sure know if I was dad and I was in a custody case with her, oh, I don't care if it's legal in international waters. It's something I'd be bringing up for sure. That's what Neat said. Yes, 16. Oh, no drink. She said no drinking age, right? You said 16. Okay. Hey, Amber.
the mother in this case was not exercising appropriate supervision over this child.
Okay, so now he's about to get to TikTok, and that's what we want to see next. So we're just going to skip to that. I'm going to drop his link again. Please go check him out. I'm going to check him out some more too. I'm not saying like I support this channel and everything they do because I don't know everything they do. However, I do appreciate the information. And hey, if you from prison to this, or I think that's awesome too. So, okay. This is Anna's boyfriend, allegedly.
Click it.
His dad was just speaking.
I'm interested in this. Okay, so let's play it. Let's see what this video is.
And only take a second. Your name is Josh, too. Spell your last name. C-E-W. All right, and how old are you? 15. 15. And how did you meet Anna?
Through a past relationship last year.
And how did you actually school?
He's only 15.
She was a great woman, I met her at school.
And the circumstance behind her death, you find them to be suspicious, and if so, tell me why.
It was suspicious because I knew that the brother did it, and yeah.
Let me run this.
How do you know that? Suspicious, and if so, tell me why.
It was suspicious because I knew that the brother did it, and yeah.
How do you know that?
Because of the past things that happened with him, like I was saying.
Which were
about the FaceTime and stuff.
What's the FaceTime?
Whenever I was on FaceTime with her and came down, and the brother tried to go on top of her, and
she was laying down. Her brother tried to get on top of her. We're going to TikTok after we get through these few things that I have to show you guys, because I want to try to find the rest, because he says, like I was saying, as if there might be more. I gathered all of this stuff today. I was going to do this at like noon. I actually had it posted for noon for like 5 minutes. And then things changed where I'll now be picking up the kids. Well, things changed. I won't even get into that. So I ended up changing it to now. So
you saw that?
Yeah. And then
how did she react?
I was like, "What the hell are you doing in the room?" Then he got scared and like ran away. And I heard his footsteps like running through the house.
Whose sound is cutting out? So he says they were on FaceTime, and he gets on top of her, and he knows he's wrong. He's scared. He can hear his footsteps as he runs away. My sound or the video? Just curious, because like the internet shows full. Like it's not even got 3 bars. Okay. Thank you, Kimberly. Is it better now? Let me know. That is really strange. Is it me? Yeah, I know, but is it better now? I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm touching the cord, but I don't know, because it shows the internet is good. I'm not going to touch it.
Because he got caught.
So when you learned that your passing, what was your reaction?
I ran away.
Let me hear that again.
He ran away. I was like, "What the hell are you doing in the room?" Then he got scared and like ran away. And I heard his footsteps like running.
So they asked, how did Anna react to that when he said he got on top of Anna on this FaceTime call? And he doesn't say, which is, I am curious how she did react. But he says, I said, what the hell are you doing? And then he got scared and ran away. And I heard his feet running away.
Through the house, because he got caught.
So when you learned that your house and, what was your reaction?
I ran away. He ran away. It was kind of crazy.
So when you learned that she passed away,
very sad, because that was my first love. She was the best that ever happened to me. And I'd even walk to her work to see her, for like 5-10 minutes.
Did you talk with her before her death?
Like 3 weeks before it.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We will just try to find it on TikTok ourselves. Still, I will share this video in the description, and it's in the chat right now. Maybe it's a YouTube, a StreamYard thing. But before we get there, yes, the interview with the kid's dad, and the dad said his son was on a FaceTime call with Anna, but Anna was asleep. Does he say asleep? Hey, Patricia, we just played it. I'm sure we'll see it on TikTok. So let's come over here for a moment. Actually, we'll go to News Nation first. So News Nation shared this today that said, and this was interesting, I didn't hear it in the Inside Edition. Mother learned of Florida teen's cruise ship death online. The birth mother of Anna learned of her death online while her stepbrother faces suspicion. She said, I found out through Google. I ended up Googling it because the only information my strange biological mother told local news outlet WESH. Wright lives in Oklahoma and saw her daughter last a few years ago, the outlet reported. She always wanted to make people laugh. She loved the water. We were constantly going to the lake where I live so she could go swimming. On Thursday night, she had a celebration of life. So last night, court documents, and they get into the, listen to this. Court documents in a custody battle involving Kepner's stepmother first revealed one of her siblings could be a suspect. At an emergency custody hearing yesterday, a lawyer said Kepner, who was approximately 16 years of age, is a suspect in the death of a stepchild, an 18-year-old daughter that was in the same room, said the boy's father. The boy's father's attorney, Scott Smith, because the cruise was in international waters, the young child, not the 9-year-old, but the 16-year-old, was allowed to drink. The News Nation affiliate WFLA reported a lawyer for the stepmother said cameras on board showed the teenagers did not drink alcohol. So what's the truth here? Was he drunk? Was he not? And another step sibling during their family vacation to the Caribbean. Her stepmother, father, and another step sibling joined the trip. A housekeeper found her body the next day. So, thought that was interesting. She's on a cruise. Wonder why. My internet is good. Is it StreamYard? I'm refreshing. Give me 1 second, you guys. I want you to be able to hear me. But let me know how. Oh, I might have the solution. I think I need to turn my camera off. I think it'll be much easier for maybe, but still the internet has full bars, hopefully with the camera off, though it's a little bit better. Okay, so let me pull this back up now. Yeah, why would her mom Google it? I found that what made her want to Google it. She said, all I knew was that my daughter was on a cruise. Maybe she didn't know the details, and that's when she learned from Google. S-Hawk it. It's always a pain in the butt. It's much better. Oh my goodness. Hallelujah. Okay, well, I wanted to go on camera because I want you guys to be able to see me, but I don't want to ruin the quality of the sound, obviously. So, hey, Rando, let's continue. Now, Anna Kepner's stepbrother was obsessed with slain cheerleader and once committed creepy act while she was sleeping. This is just an article based on what we just watched, some of it. Anna Kepner's younger stepbrother had a creepy obsession with the cheerleader and was once caught climbing on top of her while she slept, according to the father. I must have sent this to us for some reason for us to watch, but oh, yes, for us to read. I mean, so it's Steve, again, her boyfriend's dad, said she was scared of him because he always carried around a big knife. He claimed to Inside Edition yesterday. Weston said his son Joshua, who dated Kepner, once saw her brother come into the room and get on top of her while she was sleeping. Why were they FaceTiming while she was sleeping? So you're right, but that's odd. He's like infatuated, attracted to her like crazy. He always wanted to date her, Weston said of the allegedly warped step-sibling. Weston said his son tried to warn Kepner's parents, but told him they didn't want to believe me. So he literally tried to warn her parents, and they were like, yeah, whatever. That is sad. But also, remember, this is a newer, this is Anna's dad and stepmom taking care of her, and that's her son. And I'm sure she's probably reluctant to believe, she could be. I mean, maybe not, but it's interesting. They didn't believe him anyways. Weston said his son tried to warn Kepner's parents, but told him they didn't want to believe me. The FBI is questioning the high school senior's stepbrother after her body was found stuffed under her bed. Let's see if there's anything else. There's her ex-boyfriend here. Oh, we're going to TikTok. I bet you we're going to find a lot of stuff. Kepner, who was set to graduate in the spring from Temple Christian School, died on board at 11:17 a.m. I'm curious if that's the time of death or when she was pronounced dead, like when she was found. And then they talk about her mom wearing a disguise. So Anna wanted to become a K-9 officer. Very sad. Okay, so now let's go over to the TikToks. Because I think we can find these interviews and like more of these interviews. They obviously had more. All right, I'll bring you guys over. Just give me 1 second. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. And if you don't mind, could you leave a like on the stream? Because I'm trying to get my channel back in the algorithm. I think it has gotten quite a little bit more anyway. So, but yeah, I would appreciate that so much. Okay. Anna Kepner, a world without Glee is a world without me. Is that her account? No. Okay. Okay. We are not just going to watch like other TikTokers talk about her. I just want to see when because a lot of times they'll re-upload. Oh, they're sharing his face. Oh, by the way, that makes me like want to talk to you guys about something. I really don't have a problem with sharing their face when they're a suspect. I'm curious what you guys think, but I know in my state, this was a law that recently was changed because of a case that I covered. Hold on. Let me see something, if I can pull something up about it real quick. Jordan. Devin Clark. North Carolina law. So there was, okay. Still don't have answers on this, but Isaiah Ross is the perpetrator, and Lyric Woods and Devin Clark were the two teenagers who were killed by Isaiah in North Carolina. Okay, and they were shot and killed and found out in this field. Well, the suspect happened to be a 17-year-old, and because of certain laws, they weren't able to put out his picture and stuff like that and share information about him, and it caused problems. So they did change the law to where now they can. Once someone is considered a suspect, they can. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? How do you feel about that? I think it's a bit different once they're, but I don't know. I've seen lots of channels sharing faces, but I don't know if I agree until he's charged. See, I kind of feel like once they're a suspect, maybe it's a good thing to share, especially if they're not in custody. He's not in custody, but he's not like on the run. But let's see what we get.
The final hours of Anna Kepner's life, and it all comes from surveillance footage. We now know.
See, that is not true. That is not surveillance footage. Dude, TikTok is this AI stuff. Remember the other night I tried to find an example of the AI stuff? I cannot believe they do that. These people are really sick, honestly. Sharing like videos of other people, and they'll share literal victim impact statements of other victims' family members and call it and like put it into a video about a popular case or a trending case, I should say. Maybe that's a friend of hers. Says rest in peace, Anna. I'm surprised there's not more. Let's see what she had to say. She's pretty good, but I'll just flip through a little bit.
They've now confirmed an arm across her neck. It said she also had 2 bruises on the side of her throat. The 2 bruises on the side of her throat would indicate that she was choked.
This morning, new details in the mysterious death of 18-year-old Anna Kepner, whose body was reportedly found underneath her bed on a Carnival cruise ship.
Miss Hudson, or is it Miss Kepner? Miss Kepner.
For the first time, her step.
Oh my gosh. See, they have ABC News has the hearing.
Is it Miss Kepner? Miss Kepner.
For the first time, her stepmother appearing on camera in a custody court hearing involving Anna's stepbrother, whose parents and lawyers now say is a suspect in Anna's death.
There's apparently an FBI investigation ongoing in the death of the stepchild, an 18-year-old daughter.
In that hearing, an attorney revealing the minor was hospitalized after Anna's death and is now living with a third party. He has not been arrested or charged.
Although in an unrelated family hearing, it did come out that the mother is identifying the stepbrother as a suspect, there are many questions still remaining that have to be filled in.
Investigators trying to determine the cause of Anna's death. Miami-Dade's medical.
Also, I do believe the clip that we saw after that AI like woman yelling or whatever just now, that was disgusting. I think, oh God, I wish these channels would be taken down for that, but that's just me. But anyways, they showed like them wheeling out someone to the coroner's van, and I believe that is real footage because this is the same footage, and we keep seeing that. I keep seeing it.
Examiner
everywhere.
and FBI seen collecting evidence after her cruise ship arrived back on shore. A security source telling ABC News Anna's body was found in her cabin on the morning of November 7th, under the bed, wrapped in a blanket and covered with life vests. She was on the Carnival Horizon with her father, stepmother, and younger step-siblings. Carnival says they are fully cooperating with the FBI. And overnight, her community gathering to celebrate the high school senior's life.
Aww.
So many questions. ABC News did reach out to Anna's parents, her stepmother, and her stepmother's lawyer. We have not heard back yet, but investigators are still awaiting autopsy.
Anna Kepner's call.
Maybe someone has loaded that,
Last night,
that
Anna
hearing.
Kepner.
I really would like to see that. Anna Kepner's brother oh geez.
If this is true about the last hours of Anna's life. This is Josh, that the stepbrother was upset. Some terrifying things that he heard.
I'm not listening to you tell what he said. We want to see it. Oh, it actually is in an article though. All right, let's see where she's reading this. I'll fact check it.
Quotes where he had said that the stepbrother
Maybe
was
this is
obsessed
not a
with
good
Anna.
idea.
Well, now Josh is saying that Anna's biological brother reached out to him about some terrifying things that he heard going on in the room. And all of this is getting even more confusing. Apparently, the bio brother told Josh that the stepbrother barred his entrance into the room and then heard her yelling in a harmful way, like, shut the hell up and stuff like that.
Okay, hold on. This actually is an article. I just found the Daily Mail. Well, hold on. She's reading. Okay, so there's a couple articles that come up from pretty shady sites that talk about that. Okay, but no, Daily Mail has it. Let's go. Oh my God, that's where she's actually reading from. So there are always like new websites coming up that will jump on these cases too. You have to be careful. That's something I think people don't know when you're researching a case. And maybe it's good we do it together sometimes too, because you got to be careful. You got to fact check. You got to like make sure you have multiple sources, a good source, credible sources. I cannot believe what I've heard from about Summer Wells. Let me tell you what. I'm actually pretty disappointed that so many people are so unaware of the facts. And I also think like it must be from like following true crime for a long time, making videos for a long time. I've learned you should never just accuse people, even if they look guilty as hell. Sometimes they're not, like Heidi Broussard's fiance, Shane, right? And it's always best to wait for evidence. I think people who are newer to it, viewers, they see a kid who catches their heart, or even channel owners who are newer to it, and they really speak with a lot more emotion rather than fact. I like to go off the facts. Believe me, I'm an emotional. Like if you're new here, I'll probably cry in the next week or two at some point over God knows what. But we like to go off the facts when we're talking true crime. It's important, in my opinion. Your feelings don't really matter because you can't just accuse people or say someone did it or accuse people of things like SA and things like that without proof or someone being charged. These are things that could impact those people, right? And they could be life-changing to real people already going through a tragedy. So it's really frustrating and kind of hard to find the facts in some of these cases, because not only do you have these new websites coming up nonstop, grabbing onto cases, you have creators who do it, right? YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whether it's want to grow using fake AI or rumors and it's all bullshit, and it all spreads. It doesn't, get the truth to anybody. We're about the truth on this damn channel. I'm after the truth. I don't want to hear, and that's it. That's all I got to say. Let's keep going. Okay, so Daily Mail says tragic teen Anna Kepner's ex-boyfriend has claimed her 16-year-old stepbrother tried to climb on top of her against her will months before she passed away. Let's keep going. She was on this 6-day cruise. Josh is 15, and he did talk to the media with his mother's permission, said Anna's little brother heard yelling and chairs being thrown in the cabin the previous evening when she was inside the room with the 16-year-old. The ex said the young sibling told him the stepbrother barred his entrance into the room and then, quote, heard her yelling at her in a harmful way, like shut the hell up and stuff like that. And that's when he knew something was going on. There was screaming going on. Something was banging around, like chairs were getting thrown around in the room. But he wouldn't talk to me anymore. He said the FBI told him if they talk, they'll get arrested because it's tampering with an investigation. Josh said he called the FBI because he was so concerned about what he had been told. They told me they're glad I gave him the information. Wow. The incident climbing on top of her happened 9 months ago. He said he was having a late night FaceTime call, and we already went through that. So he added, she was too scared to tell anybody because that one time that he said that if she said anything about getting on top of her, he'd do something to her. She told me that she was uncomfortable with them, his step relatives, being at the house because she didn't fully know who they were. Oh my God. That their dad had just met this woman not even like a year ago, and she doesn't really like her. She has an attitude most of the time and was very controlling over her. But I told her they're going to be your parents at the end of the day, you know? Anna slept in the dining room of the house, but most of the time she did sleep in her friends' beds and stuff because of her being uncomfortable with him being at the house. Oh my God. The Daily Mail exclusively revealed that the teenager's stepbrother, who cannot be named for legal reasons, faces criminal charges. The boy was obsessed with Kepner, according to Inside Edition. He's infatuated, attracted to her like crazy. They talk about mom, the wig, the tall shoes. Oh my gosh, look, they share pictures from inside the services. Goodness. My beautiful baby girl was found dead Friday, and I just found out last night, she said in a TikTok video on November 11th. Her dad and stepmom didn't even try to contact me, so I'm going to give that to God and let him sort it out, along with whoever did this to my baby girl. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to find that TikTok. See, I'm glad we went to TikTok. We found this article. Little brother's claiming he heard screaming, allegedly, according to ex-boyfriend. Oh my God. You know, also according to him, she was uncomfortable in her own home. And her mom posted a video on TikTok talking about this and claims that they didn't even contact her. Oh my gosh. How very sad, man. So Anna grew up with her dad and his ex-wife Tabitha, and they just split up in 2023. That's when he finds love again with Chantel. And boom, her son is obsessed with Anna. Oh my. Okay. Just want to make sure there is nothing that we're missing here, and I don't think we are, but you know, never know. Just got to be sure. Okay. Wow. All right. Oh, back over to TikTok. Let me check on you guys because I can see your comments during all that. Hey, Deadeye Danny. Having step creeps around, right? Oh my God. And then he claims he hears, let's put another piece together, okay? Allegedly, according to little brother, according to boyfriend who does this interview, and according to the Daily Mail. So according to all those people, if you believe those people, the little brother heard screaming, yelling, chairs being pushed around really hard. Well, we know in the court documents there are mentions of violence, a lot of violence, with these step siblings, mom and dad, in that household and with the kids. I had a creepy stepbrother too. Oh my gosh. Which TikTok am I in? Melanie, I have 2 TikToks, by the way. I have one that is for snacks and stuff too. All right.
She's an ex-relationship. And
Gosh, you need to tell me you gotta go.
It only takes a second. Your name?
I'm a crimes investigator, and I'm gonna
Now know more about the final hours.
I'm a crimes investigator, and I'm going to talk about the Anna Kepner case. So for those of you who don't know who she is, Anna Kepner was an 18-year-old girl who was on.
Is she really a crime scene investigator? I don't know, but I find the videos fascinating when real crime scene investigators, real coroner, just, you know, people who work in the field. So let's just hear her out with an open mind. But remember, this is just some lady on TikTok. And at the end of the day, she could, you know, be full of it. I always want to give that disclaimer while we're kind of researching together, if you will. Even if it comes from an article, you know, you have Daily Mail, places like that. Then you have ABC News, and then you have local news, which I think is even more trusted. Even if it comes from them, it's not always true. Hell, Dateline puts out misinformation. So if we don't see it in the court documents from police, we can't think it's 100% fact, but we might as well try to learn a little bit of what's going on and listen to what other people are saying. So here we go.
On board a Carnival cruise ship and was found dead on November 7th. So at the time, she was sharing this room with her 14-year-old brother and her 16-year-old stepbrother. Her body ended up being found by housekeepers. Once they went to clean the room, she was found stuffed under the bed, wrapped in a blanket. So news reports have come out with updates on her death after her autopsy has been conducted. It has been reported that she has died by asphyxiation resulting from a bar hold. Now, reports from medical examiner will continue to come out once her toxicology and lab results come back, which takes about 6 to 8 weeks. So this is a bar hold, if you don't know what it looks like. It is also called the sleeper hold because this position can put somebody to sleep, but
I was picturing it so different. Like, again, I'm glad we saw this. I don't know, for some reason I was picturing, like, I don't know, just different, what a bar hold would be. I know arm over the neck, but yeah, different.
If you hold them in that position too long, it can lead to death because you deprive their body of oxygen. Bruising has been reported to be found on her neck, which would match this type of position. This position can be done in different ways as well, from the front, once you wrap the arm from the front, and also standing with the head tucked into the ribs. So it's unknown which method was used, but that is what the medical examiner report has come out with. So her stepbrother has come out as being a suspect, but no criminal charges have been.
Well, he hasn't come out as a suspect. Hello, I'm stepbrother and I'm a suspect. But that is very interesting. I like the pictures and stuff. I'm going to give it a like. Okay.
Now know more about the final hours of Anna Kepner's life, and it all comes from surveillance footage.
The 16-year-old stepbrother who's being eyed in the death of 18-year-old Anna Kepner may be forced to testify in person about the incident for a custody hearing. Scott Smith, an attorney representing Thomas Hudson, the father of the 16-year-old, said, "We don't really want to put him in the middle of it, but I may have to call him as to some of the circumstances." Testimony from the 16-year-old could shed light on what happened on the Carnival Horizon cruise where Kepner was found dead. Now, why would his father want him to testify? Well, the details of what happened on the cruise ship could help bolster Mr. Hudson's custody claim against his ex-wife. Mr. Hudson has had an ongoing custody dispute over 3 children he has in common with.
If he testifies, I doubt we will see it. Like, you see how these other court hearings are leaking, and I'm getting it. I will find it. You know, someone who's under the age of 18 testifying, I don't think that's going to be this, you know, as easily to obtain. I don't think obtainable at all. And it shouldn't be, really.
Chantel Hudson, Anna Kepner's new stepmother. In addition to the 16-year-old, Smith said he may also subpoena Kepner's father, Christopher Kepner, to testify. Chantel Hudson's attorney, Millie Athanason, said, "I would have difficulty putting the 16-year-old on the stand because I don't want anything done that would incriminate the young man." Athanason also said that she would potentially subpoena an FBI investigator.
No, listen. Oh my God. What do you mean? I don't want anything to see. No, I don't want anything done that will incriminate him. How about just tell the truth and teach your kids to tell the truth, even when we're wrong, even though it's hard, it's worth it. You tell the truth. And if you're wrong, you can have that weight lifted off of you, right? You're being honest and you're holding yourself accountable, and you can grow from it then. Like, you know, I understand these parents who want to help cover up these crimes and stuff to an extent, right? Because you don't want your baby to get taken away to prison. But you're not teaching them anything. That could never be me. I'd support my kid through the process and everything, like I would. But I would always encourage them to be honest. And I think that's teaching them to do the right thing, even if it's hard. Even if it's very hard. Like, you know, I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. Who am I? Mom's trying to keep her kids, custody of her other kids. I get it, but
investigator and investigators from Florida's Department of Children and Families. Judge Michelle Studstill said a hearing on the matter would need to take place before the minor would be able to testify. She also said, I would anticipate the child would choose not to testify and invoke his Fifth Amendment right. During the hearing, it was revealed that Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother was hospitalized when he returned to Port Miami on November 8th and is currently staying with a relative.
I want to know more about that. Why was he hospitalized?
Lifeless, wrapped in a blanket and covered up by life vests. Now we're learning what may have caused Florida teenager.
Oh, what a dum-dum. I don't believe she died from asphyxiation. She didn't wrap herself up. That's not what that means.
We have some pretty serious.
A grieving father said his family had their world turned upside down.
We now have the cause and manner of death and the case.
We now. If you've been following the story of the young.
We now know Anna's stepbrother.
Hold on.
Breaking news documents now reveal that the suspect in the Anna Kepner case was hospitalized after the cruise. Today, there was a court hearing in Brevard County pertaining to Anna Kepner's stepmother. It entailed her stepmother and the biological father of her step-siblings. Representing the father in this case stated that the 16-year-old child, who is the suspect in the Anna Kepner case, was allowed to drink on. They stated this was in part because it was on international waters. It was also revealed during the hearing that the 16-year-old suspect in this case was hospitalized as soon as the ship redocked in Miami. The 16-year-old suspect in this case is not in police custody and is living with a relative of his mother's side of the family. Anna was on the cruise with her father, stepmother, and the two children of her stepmother, which were ages 9, the daughter, and 16-year-old son. During the hearing, the attorney representing the father of the 16-year-old suspect said, quote, the 16-year-old's future has been put in.
Okay, so this commenter says Carnival doesn't let anyone drink under if they're even in international waters if they're under 21. Oh, why did I skip back? I wonder if that's true. Let's just look a little bit more. I'm going to let you guys go in a minute, but my God, we found so much information. There's so much, right? I really would like to see more of those interviews, more of the custody hearing. But now we've learned, allegedly, she has, we can find her mom's video too. She has not lived with these step siblings long. She wasn't super comfortable. There were many, there were other incidents, and
Today is Friday, November 21st, and we are of Anna Kepner's passing. Trigger warning.
I thought it was going to be, it said her mom spoke out after an exclusive interview. I wonder where that first original TikTok video she made is, I was hoping we would come across that. Oh, what is this?
Anna Kepner's father spoke to media today, while her grandmother is speaking out on social media. Her father does say that her body was found in a room. I'm taking that as it wasn't her room. He said that they know just about as much as he does. He adds that he doesn't know who they're looking for or what their investigation involves. Also, that his wife, which was Anna's stepmother, and her two younger siblings were all interviewed by the FBI. Now, Anna's grandmother seems to be commenting on posts.
Breaking news, Anna Kepner's family.
Oh, see what I mean? Look at this. 11:19, breaking news. Anna Kepner's killer arrested today with some random dude. What is wrong with people? I really just don't get it. I don't understand. We're going to go for another minute or two. I want to see what else we can find, but then we're going to redirect over to ATS News. She's covering this. She's covering Summer Wells. She's covering Karen Reed. She's covering something else too on the thumbnail. And that starts at 8 o'clock in just a couple minutes. Chantel Kepner. This is... Hold on. Let's see if I can get to her post. That song is so sad. It's the one that I mentioned to you guys that Seth Rogers plays sometimes, and just I guess she just used it as her thumbnail, but didn't put it in the video. So it says, this is a post no parent ever wants to make. I'm asking everyone to please stop sharing or posting about my stepdaughter, Anna. We're trying to grieve the last loss of our child. It's been incredibly difficult to navigate this heartbreak while being overwhelmed with messages and friend requests. We truly appreciate everyone's love and concern, but right now we need privacy and space to grieve. Seeing hundreds of posts filled with inaccurate information and hurtful or off-the-wall comments has been incredibly difficult. We are a family simply trying to grieve the loss of our daughter. Please allow us the space and privacy we need during this heartbreaking time. Chantel posted that maybe in a Facebook group. It's kind of hard to tell because it says rising contributor, and I'm not familiar with that. That's what that is. So beautiful. She really was a very beautiful girl. Well, I think we're going to leave it at that. I'm going to let you guys go. And whatever else I find, we'll talk about. But couple things. So, Summer Wells and Melanie and Ashley Buzzard. Let's start with the Buzzards. I was going to talk about that today. I've been following loosely. I haven't covered it on the channel. Well, this little girl, she's been Melody. Wait, and her mom's Ashley, right? I hope I'm not confusing them because I know I can do that. And I heard Brian Enton do that today. But this little girl, she was missing for, hadn't been seen for a long time. People thought she had been missing for like a year. Come to find out she wasn't. And she was spotted on surveillance with her mom, who takes her, on this long road trip and comes back alone. She's wearing wigs and has really abnormal behavior. Well, she had these posters out in front of her house people had put with her daughter's picture on it. And she goes out there and cuts the faces of her daughter off. Okay. She cuts the faces out of the posters. And then she leaves all the other posters that don't have her face. And according to a private investigator who was watching, he said she, treated the poster with care in a way. I don't know. It's very interesting. I want to talk to you guys about that at some point if we can. And then Summer Wells. So there is a search happening, within 10 miles from the parents' house. Apparently, it was a new lead or a tip. And honestly, it doesn't really mean anything. I really don't like how everyone's like jumping to all these conclusions. Is she going to be found? Oh my God. Saying all these things, that putting things that supposedly probably happened to Summer on her that we don't have any evidence of, and blaming people like, oh, I knew it. She was close to the home. Traffickers wouldn't take her far away. It has to be her parents, stuff like that. Dude, she is within that far from several persons of interest, according to the internet, like people surrounding the case that looked sketchy or whatever. There are lots of people through there. Just because they are searching means nothing. It means nothing. Do you know what it means? It means they're still looking. They're still taking tips and they care. And it means that there's a chance that Summer or what happened to her or evidence of that will be found. And that is freaking awesome. It does not mean that this person did it, that person did it, that this happened to her, that happened to her. We don't know. I have to think that all the people that come out here and make these wild ass statements that when they're wrong, maybe they'll change their tune, but I doubt it. Maybe they'll apologize, but I doubt it. I'm not accusing anybody. I think all kinds of people look shady, and I think it's very possible she walked off. I was not against that theory until I realized that the footprints were very real. There were footprints found. But at the end of the day, it's just the drama. Just like with Anna Kepner with the stepmom's post. I can guarantee you, hell, look at all the videos we just saw on TikTok that were inaccurate, showed the wrong person arrested, showed videos of other people, showed images of surveillance that wasn't her. They haven't released that surveillance, not that I've seen. Why do people do this with cases? Why is it so hard to not just talk about the facts? Like, there are a lot of them. There's a lot of interesting facts to talk about. You don't have to like go to these, but then again, you do. You know, I heard a creator say, talking about this guy who has made some pretty disgusting videos about victims, you know, judging if they're pregnant or not when they're 13 years old, Maddie Soto, and had people on his panel talking about the shape of her body and her chest and things like that. And they were like, does he, you know, I like him. Does he do clickbait? I keep touching the cord. I'm sorry. Does he do clickbait and like salacious titles and bullshit? Yeah. But you got to do that to survive on YouTube. No, you don't. And if you do, that's all right. I ain't surviving. Look, I'm telling you what. There are times I've had 2,000 people in there. There are times I've had in here. There's times I've had 25. I don't give a damn if every live I've got for the rest of my life has only 25 fucking people in it, 5 people in it. I don't care. I'm still not going to do that shit. Do you know why? Because my ass got to go to bed at night and feel good about myself. I know that these are real people we're talking about. I know that that's exploitation of real people and victims who are going through the worst time in their life. I know if it happened to me, I damn sure wouldn't want everybody doing that to me and my family. And I don't give a shit. If that's what it takes to make it on this fucking YouTube, then I guess it ain't for me, damn it. I cannot believe that. But you know what? It's somewhat true. The people who like, even like with these channels who will do like back and forth drama going at people, but also cover true crime and stuff. They get tons of people in there. People love the mess. They love the drama, right? They don't give a shit about the facts. They want the shocking, salacious, accusations and all that shit. Well, I'm sorry, you'll never find that here. And if that means that, like I said, 25 people will be what's in my chat for all of my days, then fuck it. Fuck it, because I'd rather that all day, every day, because I don't know. And maybe I've just been here too long. I've seen so many people accused and not be guilty. I've seen so much lies and rumors and bullshit that wasn't true. And it kind of makes you sick once you see it for so long. You do get sick. At times, it'll discourage me from wanting to talk about true crimes. At other times, it will encourage me. I'll think, God, I need to do it correctly, accurately, like with compassion, but with the facts in mind, right? And that's where I'm at now. I'm going to keep talking about it because it means something to me. But damn it, man. Can't we just cover the case? Like, can't we just talk about the truth? Why do people got to do that? Because I don't want to hear and believe lies. Please don't do that to me. Like, I don't want to hear and believe exaggerations. And again, if that's what it takes to make it on YouTube, then that is fucking sad. But I'll be damned. Like, is that all that's important? For me, I love my channel and I love my chat. I'm telling you, you guys have been a rock for me. You have got me through times in my life I did not know how to get through. And that's the truth. But it's a very small part and a very small, like, I love so many other things in my life too, right? That really mean a lot to me. And I need to be here. Like, that's what matters to me. Never in my life am I gonna I don't know how YouTube could be so important that you just don't care and you're like, well, that's what it takes to make it. Fuck, have morals? I mean, I would, but won't get views then. I don't like that. That's just me. I got to give my thoughts. I'm a little frustrated. I tell myself every day, y'all, if you could just be in my head during the day when I'm planning my lives, I'll go, Alex, do not get on your channel and get up on your damn soapbox and go off and start ranting and raving. Do not. You don't know what the hell you're doing either. You don't. Just go and talk about the case. And then I get on here and I do it anyway. I'm so sorry. I do it every time. But thank you, Melanie. Anyways, we're about to go over to ATS News. Who got escorted out. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. And oh, Jesus, I see. Come on now. Can we just keep, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into it. People are rude, but I know coffee and skeletons, but I don't want y'all to feel like I'm preaching at you or I think I know better. Because honestly, I don't. I don't know what the hell I'm doing either. And that's the truth, right? Like, I know I'm not better than anybody. And I don't know better. I just know that this stuff bothers me to my core. And I just thank God I gotta speak about it. I love you guys back. Deadeye Danny. I don't know. Get up on that box. Thank you, J13. He loves some spicy. Well, you guys, I'm going to the beach tomorrow, but I'll tell you real quick since it's the end of the live because I don't want to interrupt our case for what we're doing. But you know how I wrecked my car? My mom called me today and she's like, Alex, your dad wanted me to call you and tell you that something about the insurance with my car because I got a new car and I'm going to give you my car. And once your car's fixed, you can decide, if you want to keep mine or if you want your car back, and then we'll sell it to get the money back for the car. So I have a car to drive. I've been rideless. And then I thought I wasn't going to do school pickup, but I had to. So that's why we rescheduled today. And my parents are just fucking awesome, dude. I love them so much. Love them so much. But I know it's so exciting, but it did push our live back. I know, mom and dad. I don't know. They just are just so good to me. Even with my insurance, actually. Like, my insurance is quite a bit cheaper if I can pay a year at a time, and I just simply can't afford that. So she's covered it for me, and I've paid her back the last couple of years that I've been here. And things like that. I'm just lucky and blessed and thankful. So anyways, that's what I was going to say earlier when I was like, I won't get into it. I didn't think I was going to be doing like school pickup and stuff, but I did. So we pushed the live back. That's why we're here at 6:30. But yeah. Other than that, at the beach, I will be doing like some stuff on Patreon at the beach. I want to show some behind the scenes like stuff over there. Because I've been less active than I'd like to be. And I like to share. If you want to see like what the behind the scenes looks like for me, come over to Patreon. You can be a free member and still get to see some of it. And if you want to see it all, you can join. And yeah, I've got lots of ideas. I'm not even going to get into it. But at the beach, we'll be talking some. I don't know how much. It's not going to be our normal schedule. We'll get back to regularly scheduled programming. How do you say that? Regular schedule. We'll get back to it at our normal time next week, like week after next, or in not Thanksgiving week. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to end this. And when I end, either, because it's happened two ways for me, either you will be transported on a magical carpet over to the land of ATS News for her to tell you all about Karen Reed and some of the things we talked about tonight and some other things. Oh, Idaho 4. I remember now. Or if you are not transported on a magic carpet, you will have to get your ass over to the carpet yourself, walk over to the top of the chat. There's a white bar, push that, and then boom, you should be on the carpet and you should be able to go. So if you guys want to go hang out, come hang out with us over there. I'm going to be in the chat, but I'll be eating dinner, so I'll be in and out, but I will be there. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Also, I know that Melissa Jade was on today, and she always does a fabulous job. And I don't know if Bendy's going to be on tonight, but I'm going to share her link as well because I think she is. Aw, Melanie, thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys for real. And I appreciate the conversation. Ooh, you're pretty, Melanie. I like when the pictures are big and I can see you guys. Aw, look at the kitty cat. All right. So, all right, Rhonda, see you soon or see you tomorrow or maybe sooner. You never know. Actually, I'll see you in about 7 minutes over at ATS News. So, all right. Don't miss the carpet ride. Don't fall off. Okay. hold on tight because it's a little bit of a bumpy ride. And the driver, sometimes he likes to drink a little, you know, it is Friday night. So watch out. If it smells like alcohol, I don't know. Hold on extra tight. Okay. All right. Have a good night. I'll see you guys soon.